We are going to be going over a couple ideas on how to increase your transactions. My partner Mike McCoy is going to be going over most of that, and then I'll be coming in and doing a question and answer and going over quite a few other things for you guys. So if you bear with us, if you do have any questions, go ahead and write those down, because we really want to make sure we do get all your questions in case one comes up in the middle of the presentation. And then towards the end, we're going to have a question and answer section. So if you are on your computer, you obviously have a microphone there, so I'll be unmuting you one at a time to ask your questions, and then I'll answer those. So right now, I'm going to hand this over to my partner here, and he's going to be going over a couple different tactics that's really been producing a ton of transactions, and they're quick transactions. So if you're able to get out there and get going in this business, this will definitely help you. So we'll probably get this call under an hour is our goal here, so just bear with us. And again, if you have any questions, just write those down. All right, and I'm going to hand it over to Mike McCoy.
There you go. Hello, Hope Agents. We are going to review some proven techniques that we've already tried for many years and get your transactions up quickly so you can make the income that you want to make. Okay, basically there's 5 ways to get quick transactions. You can hand out the cards to consumers. You can walk into pharmacies and hand them to the pharmacist. You can go to urgent care centers. You can visit doctors' offices. And the one that we really like is we like to mail to doctors. Now, how do you get a list of doctors? Okay, you go to Google, and you can, of course, get yellow pages for the doctors in your area. You could go to infousa.com and purchase pre-printed address labels for doctors. That can be quite expensive. But we also, you can order a list of doctors in your area from Hope, which will be emailed to you and ready to be mail merged and printed on either labels or envelopes. You'll see it comes already set up for you. And these are, we'll give you 250 doctors, even more if you want, for a low cost of $7 in your area. What we have found is that you can go to Sam's Clubs, Costco's, and you can basically buy what we call 5160 labels. These are easy to print off your printer. You get 3,000 labels for $37. Quite inexpensive. Okay. Then you should have already received through our emailing our sample letters to send to doctors. We have a letter offering free Hope RX appointment cards, which I'll show you in a minute. We also have a letter offering free Hope discount cards, which you just send your card. Decide on which letter you prefer. Print off enough copies to fill the envelopes, and you have addresses to the doctor's office. And we recommend stuffing your envelopes with a letter and 8 prescription cards. A letter for the appointment card looks something like this. Again, if you don't have it, let us know. We'll certainly send you a PDF. Okay? And the doctor's appointment card you've already seen, I'm sure, if you've been to a doctor. On the back of this card would actually be your Hope card. So the doctor hands out the appointment card with a prescription card on the back. Then we also have a medical, just a general letter that you can put in your envelope. Again, putting 8 prescription drug cards. Okay? Again, you can order from Sam's Club for less than $10. As you see, the red box is about $6. The green box is about $10, $500. The difference is one you have to lick. One is already glued. Put in 8 cards. That's the recommended. That way you stay under the 46 cents and the letter. And then, of course, you mail it off. Again, the red box is $6. You get $500. Very inexpensive to do. Very effective, though. The next thing we want to talk about is you can order some Take One, what we call counter displays, Spanish or English. We have them here in the office. We'll gladly send them to you. And these you can either walk into a doctor's office, walk into an urgent care center, or we actually find doctors, if you're mailing far away, out of state, they'll actually want you to send them the card. And the way we do that is we get the ship to fit box. I'm sure you've seen the commercials for $5.60. Now the real big deal about this is that you can put the Take One box in. More important, you can insert 300 of your Hope cards. Very effective. You'll see instant transactions. Okay. And again, 300 cards in the box keeps it nice and simple. And you'll see we just ship it off to a doctor out of town, out of state. And then, of course, you could go in and just visit those doctors if they're around your area, make sure they got them. You can watch Dan Rendino's video on the YouTube of how he actually walks in. He's very effective, having over about 1,500 doctors on his route. You could also call the office managers to make sure they got their box. By doing that, you'll keep constant contact. If you make this weekly, you'll see your transactions rise very, very quickly. Okay? Now, if you have any questions, and if you didn't get how to do this, this, of course, will be up on the YouTube. You can review it, or you'll see my personal email and, of course, Hope's email, and you can get a hold of us. Now, I do want to let you all know, on your very first month, you can earn what we call a bump, up to 25 cents, by simply getting 15 transactions in your first full month. We will automatically go from 75 cents to $1. A nice pay raise. Okay, at this time, I would like to turn it back over to my associate and partner, Mr. Kevin Banta, and I hope to all meet you someday on our big reunion. Thank you, Kevin.
All right. He tends to go quite fast, so I hope you guys all bared with him there. And again, if you have any questions, we're going to go over it in a second here, okay? I'm going to go over these PDF files that I have sent to you all. First off, all of you need to make sure that you have been on your website, okay? It's very important that you have been on your website. So let me walk you through that real quick. I'll be fast with it, okay? On your website that you have right now, hoperxcard.com, you have a slash. If you look at my address bar at the top, you will see that there's a slash and then a Hope number and then 2755. This is just an example of somebody's site. Give it a second here. I don't know why it's not pulling up. Let me try this here. Okay, so if you look at the if you look at the screen there, you'll see hoperxcard.com at the top in the address bar. You all have your own site with your own 4-digit code. You've got to make sure to get to your site, and if you're promoting your site, if you're doing email campaigns or if you're doing backlinks or anything like that, you've got to make sure first off you have your domain name correct. So right now I just typed in Hope2345. So now I'm sitting on that domain name right now. You will have your own 4-digit number, whatever that may be, and that's the site you're going to promote. So you could cut and paste this here, and you could put this into a body of an email. You could put this into a flyer. You could put this anywhere. You could do an email campaign. We're looking into right now buying email addresses and trying to give them to you guys. So there's a lot of ways to get people to your site, okay? But once you're on your site, you'll see right here, I'm on 2345. When someone goes to print down a card, they type in their first name, last name, email address, and all this information I'm typing in right here is irrelevant for the card to work. I know I get a lot of questions on whose name should go here if I'm printing cards. It doesn't matter. You can type in John Doe. The card will work just fine. So if you click right here to print my free card or print my card, it's going to come up, and you're going to get your own card. I don't know why the computer's running so slow. But if you see it there, this is the most important part of this card. This is what makes this card work. If you notice the name that I typed in is up here. It doesn't matter. The member ID. The member ID on the card is just for the client. It has nothing to do with making the card work. Okay? All of your cards are live and active once you receive them. Once your website goes live, your cards are live. Okay? But you'll see right here, because I'm on website 2345, it's right here on the card. Okay? So again, you start this whole process by being on your website. Okay? Now, you've all received a bunch of flyers and PDF files. I'm going to go over those right now so you know what they're for, because they are very important for your business. 3 ways to save. This is a great walk and talk piece. And what I mean by that is if you're out in the field, you always got to have some of these flyers with you. Okay? You can print these right off your printer. Make sure when you print them you fix the size, because sometimes they come out small or big, so you make sure you change the size to an 8.5 by 11. But if you look here, it just talks about our card, 3 ways to save, and it's a good leave behind piece. And what I mean by that is if you did visit a doctor's office, you can leave this behind. Just give them some added information about the card. Now, if you're savvy enough, This information on the bottom, we put it obviously at our information here, and any calls that come into this office, Julia that answers the front desk on this 800 line is trained to ask, first question is, what is your HOPE number? The person calling in here, if they have a question or they want more cards, they're going to have a HOPE number. We get calls every single day, and we give those right to the agents. So we ask the doctor's office that's calling or the urgent care, whoever's calling us, what is the HOPE number on the card that you have in your hand? Because they're calling us from the 800 number that's on the card. So we know they have a card in their hand. We get that information from that doctor, and we email it out to you immediately, or we'll physically call you up and tell you, hey, this doctor's office wants more cards. Okay, we get calls every single day. So that's if you leave our information. If you're savvy enough, you can change this, and unfortunately we're not able to do that due to the volume of our agents. We can't make one for everybody. But if you know how to get in here and change this to your personal phone number and your personal email address, go ahead and do that, okay? But make sure if you do send this to your personal phone or your personal voicemail, it's professional. If a doctor's office is calling you, you want them to know that you are in the prescription business. You don't want your son or daughter to be on the phone there saying, Mommy's not home right now or Daddy's not home. Please leave a message, okay? Make sure it's professional. It says, hi, this is Hope RX. If you're calling in regards to cards, please leave your name and number or something like that. Just make sure it's professional. Otherwise, we can field your calls and get them out to you guys, okay? And again, if you have any questions, just write those down. I'll go through those in a second. 85% off flyer. Again, this is just going to explain to people what this card is, what they get with this card. Let me make this a little smaller here so it's not so blurry. Okay, and we give them an example of all the pharmacies that we use. Again, 98% of pharmacies take our card. It's going to be very hard for you to find a pharmacy that does not take our card. I think in the last couple years we found one out in Florida that wasn't accepting our card. Within 72 hours, they were in our network and accepting our cards. Okay, but this is a good little flyer here. Again, if you want to put your own info on it, you're welcome to do so. Okay. Agent commissions, I'm going to come back to that one in a second. Fundraising. Again, another aspect of our business outside of getting to doctors and urgent cares and stuff like that is talking with nonprofit organizations or fundraisers, people who are looking to raise money. If you went to your local church right now and asked them if they were interested in raising money, they're going to tell you yes. If you went to any nonprofit organization or fundraising organization, they're all looking to raise money. Well, the beauty of raising money with the Hope RX card is nobody has to spend any extra money. Normally, when someone's trying to raise money for something, somebody's got to pay for it, right? You've all been to raffles before where they're raising money for a school. Well, you got to buy raffle tickets, right? You got one winner and 400 people who bought tickets. If you've ever been to a silent auction, they're silent for a reason. They want you to pay a little too much. Anytime you're doing any kind of fundraising, people have to spend money. Well, it's 100% different with the Hope Card. The only way to raise money with the Hope Card is helping other families save money. Unbelievable concept, and any nonprofit that you speak with will absolutely jump on board and say, yes, I would love to help other people save money, and our organization can benefit from that. Okay? So here's how it works. On this flyer, again, right now, you guys, if you just Googled the churches in Texas, there's 63,000 churches in the state of Texas alone, okay? You can Google nonprofits literally by that name. Go into superpages.com, yellowpages.com, and type in churches or type in nonprofits or anything like that. You can pick a favorite charity maybe that you're close to your heart regarding autism or maybe sheltered pets or anything like that, and contact them. And here's how easy this is. You can literally make a phone call, ask them if they're interested in raising money. When they tell you yes, get a first and last name and put this flyer in the mail to them, and then make a follow-up call. Or grab their email address while you got them on the phone and say, you know what, I specialize in raising money for churches like yours or for homeless shelters like yours, whoever you're speaking to. Let me get an email out to you to explain to you how we can help you raise money. You guys, we have agents. This is all they do. This is all they do is they hook up with nonprofit organizations all over the country, and now that nonprofit organization is doing all the work. Okay, and here's what I mean. If you look at the flyer here, this nonprofit organization is on a fixed contract, and I'm going to show you your commissions in a second, but they're on a fixed contract, and what does that mean? That means every time that organization gets a transaction, they get $1. And it stays at $1, and they're excited about $1. Okay? They have no idea if that's a lot or a little. And prior to you being with our company, trust me, that's a lot of money when there's 4 billion prescriptions filled in America if you got $1. Simple math will tell you how much money you'd have with 4 billion prescriptions and you're getting $1. Okay? That's a ton of money. So, the nonprofit's at $1. So every time they get a transaction, it's $1. This has nothing to do with you or your card. It's their card. We'll actually brand it with their company logo. And if I have some time here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. But we pull off the Hope logo off of the card and we replace it with whatever foundation we're working with. Okay, and I'll try to show you some examples. So here, how do you come into play? Well, you have a business builder account, which I'm going to show you in a second. So every time you sign up a nonprofit organization, another agent, an agency, a business, and they want to make money, well, now you're set up yourself as a business builder account. It's a separate account outside your personal, and everybody that you recruit or enroll or nonprofits, they go into that builder's account. And it starts, let me show you right here. It starts, this is your commission structure right here that you're looking at. The top part is your personal commissions. The bottom is your override. So right now we're speaking about the business builder account, which is on the bottom. So you'll see here, as a senior agent, which is less than 500 transactions, you're a senior agent, and you're making a 10-cent override on all their transactions. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot of money. In fact, 10 cents is probably in your couch cushions now and in your ashtray in your car. But that adds up. But as soon as you hit 500, you just got paid double. You go from 10 cents to 20 cents. As a district leader, you're under 1,000 transactions, but you're over 500. And then it keeps going all the way to the executive regional leader position, and you have 2,000 transactions on other people's accounts, not your personal. This has nothing to do with your personal. In fact, we have agents today that don't have any personal transactions, but they have a ton of transactions in their business builder account because that's what they focus on. And again, this is one aspect of our business. To be successful in the RX business, you must find a way that you enjoy doing and do a lot of it. You've got to find something that you enjoy, an aspect of this business, and do a lot of it. If you like to do nonprofits, this is the way you want to go. If you like to personally visit doctors' offices and build those relationships and get 50, 60, 100 doctors in your local area distributing your cards, then that's the way you want to do it. There's a million ways. So this is the business builder account. Now, if we go back to the top of this, you'll see this is your personal, which has nothing to do with your builder. Your personal transactions do not figure into your business builder. They are 100% separate. Now, back to when I was talking about the nonprofits, they're on a fixed contract at $1. Okay? So if you already had 2,000 transactions, every nonprofit you would sign up, you'd be getting 50 cents on all their transactions. Okay? Obviously, as a business builder, you want to get to 2,000 transactions as fast as possible because then you're at 50 cents. Okay? Right here on the top part of this is your personal. Okay? And I want to take you through this because we had an email went out last week or earlier this week about buying up. And I'll show you what I mean by that. If you look at this right here, you're going to see everybody starts at 75 cents. That's what you're all at right now if you're brand new in this business. Okay, I know we have some veterans on this call, so they're not at $1 or 75 cents. As you get transactions, and these are paid claims, and you'll see what I mean on that in your back office, you move up the ladder. You could be at $1. Once you hit 500, you're at $1.25. 1,000, you're at $1.50. Now these are monthly. They're not accumulative. We don't add up 7 months worth and say, oh, okay, now you have 5,000. They're every single month. And remember, and now you'll start to see this on your back office, the people that use your card 1 month will certainly use it the next month. They will not go away. We've never had an agent end the transaction period with 1,000 and the next month end it with $9.99. Okay? You're always going to grow your business because the people that use your card, they're only using it for one reason, and that's to save money. That's it. Not using it because they like you or they like the look of the card. They're using it because it's saving them money, so they're going to use it every single month. But once you get to 7,500 transactions, you're at $2. Okay? Now, you got an email last week or earlier this week about buying up, and here's what I meant by that because we had some confusion on it. If you take Your card right now is worth 75 cents. We have businesses, and I'm telling you guys this, for personally you could do this, or you could approach businesses to do this. Let's say you want your card right now worth $2. You don't want to earn your way up. You want to buy it up. You can do that. You can get a $2 contract right now. In fact, we had 6 or 7 agents do it last week. What I mean by that is for $2,500, you're basically fronting $2,500 up front to no longer have to go through this chain of 75 cents, $1, $1.25, $1.50. You're automatically, your card is worth $2, regardless if you have 1 transactions or 6,800 transactions. Your card is now worth $2. Okay? Now, why would you do that? Well, because it's more money in your pocket in the long run. If you figured out the math, you're going to end up making a lot more money because of how much money you would make in between 1 and 2,000. If you didn't want to go that high, for $1,500, your card can be worth $1.50. Okay, so it means every single transaction, regardless, is worth that. Now, that doesn't have anything to do with your business builder account. Now, if you're a business owner and you're on this call and you have agencies, which we did recently sign up an insurance agency, they're a little different because they may want to have a business model right out of the gates. So if you are a business owner and you want that $2 card, we can set it up to you have the $2 card, and then everybody that you recruit, well, they're at 75 cents, just like this is here. Now, as that business owner, you're making $1.25 on all their transactions. We have a couple recently signed up agencies that's what they're doing because they want to build an RX business on the side. You guys, this business is amazing. Everybody needs it. You're never going to run into anyone that says, oh, geez, I don't know anyone who's on medications. Everybody has somebody in their immediate family that's on a medication because the government tells us 60% of America is taking at least 1 medication per month, and 80% of America is taking, 80% of seniors are taking at least 1 medication per month. So we already know those numbers, so there's no saturation, or there's no one saying, wow, where am I going to get my clients? You guys, it's everywhere, okay? So that's a Business Builder account. If you have any additional questions on the Business Builder account, on buying up, send me an email, kevin@hoperxcard.com. I'll counsel you about it and tell you, you tell me your business plan, especially if you're brand new and you want to buy up. Let me look at your business plan, see what you have in mind, and the reason for buying up to make sure it makes sense for you, okay? But it's a great way to get paid a lot of money right now. Medical professional letter. My partner went over this a little bit here. This is another letter. You guys should have all these letters. This letter here, specifically, if you send this to somebody via email, the doctors can actually type right on this form. Right here. These doctors can type on this form in case they want to purchase cards. So they can type in their doctor's information right here and give us their address, their phone number, and if we get this fax, we will immediately get it to you and tell you, we'll scan and email it to you, or we'll call you up and say, hey, we got a doctor, here's his phone number, they want cards. Okay? But if you look here, you're able to type in your group number here. So if you were to email this out or even print it out, before you print this out, you want to type in your group number right here on the bottom and make sure that that's there. So if you do have this out, and we get faxes every single day from doctors all over the country wanting more cards. It's really important if you visit a doctor's office, you guys, and drop off cards, you've got to go back. This is not a one-shot deal. You've got to build a relationship with that doctor because, trust me, we're not the only game in town. We're the only ones that allow agents like you all to make the money, but there's other PBMs in the country that are directly marketing right to the doctor's office. And a doctor would rather work with somebody who lives 5 minutes away and it's a local agent than some company that's coming in the mail. So you have a leg up if you get out and get those doctors. And again, we have those lists available for you. They're only $7 for 250 doctors. They're going to be the closest in your zip code. All we need from you is your home zip code to get those doctors lists. And that list, you can mail merge it right into the envelopes, or you can walk right in and introduce yourself. Okay, people still like face-to-face business. There's nothing wrong with doing stuff face-to-face. Okay, so that's another one there. 70 marketing ideas, you guys. You definitely want to go through this. Before you call me and say, hey, how do I get the cards out? I'm going to ask you, what's number 32? And you're going to be able to tell me to because you're staring right at this, you guys. There is a ton of marketing ideas on this. Now, do you have to do all of them? No. But you definitely want to look through this list, find something that you're comfortable with, and do a lot of it. Okay? Some of you may know how to, savvy on the computer. Well, you want to work this business through the computer if you have to. You can do Craigslist posts. It's free. You can do classified ads, Backpage. There's a lot of free forums out there. Some of you may know how to blog. What a great way to get your business going. It's called backlinks, and it's where you type on someone else's blog, but you plug your own domain name, your hoperxcard.com/hope2629. You plug that inside your blog. So all the traffic that they're getting on their blog, if somebody reads your comments, well, they got your website. And they click there, they hit your page. Okay? But if you just look here, you guys, there's a ton of stuff. Some of you may know people who do internet radio. For very cheap, you can get an ad up there basically for someone saying, hey, would you like to save up to 85% on your next prescription? If so, go to this website, hoperxcard.com/2225. That's internet radio, regular radio. Car magnets. You guys can wrap your cars. We have a lot of agents that have car wraps or car magnets or signs in their window. And it's simple. All you have to do is save up to 85% on your next medication. Grab a card here, and you can put a card holder box right on your card. Or you can promote your website. Now, if you're savvy enough, you guys can go to GoDaddy.com. Let me pull that up here. Okay, GoDaddy.com. This is their domain registration site. They sell domain names. Okay, if you look right here, you can type in, I'm sure it's not going to be available, cheapmeds.com. Okay, so you hit search. Obviously, it's not available, but you can get on this website and pick domain names, and GoDaddy will put it right to your website, which means if someone typed in cheapmeds.com and that you own that, they would land on your hoperxcard.com website. For about $6 a year, GoDaddy will do that for you. It's called forwarding. And then you mask it so no one can see your HopeRxCard website. All they'll see is your cheapmeds.com. Okay? Again, that's one aspect, one tool to build your business. RX card pricing. This is really important, you guys. I know we got a lot of agents on the call all over the country, but it's really imperative, really important. I can tell you this. My top agents order cards every week. Okay? My top agents order cards every week. Now, obviously they're making money, and they can start funding their business. But even when they weren't, somehow, some way, they found a way to purchase cards and grow their business. You know why? Because jobs lack long term. All my agents, especially in the beginning, had jobs, lost jobs, got jobs, lost jobs, and it's a recurring cycle. Jobs aren't made for long term. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a marathon. And you need to build something. And in order to do that, you're going to have to invest in yourself at some point. And trust me, you're not investing in our company. You need to make sure you understand that you're not. We already know this business works. We already know that. We already know 60 to 80% of America is on a med, and we know everyone in America wants to save money. America is still in a recession, and everyone is in saving mode right now, not spending mode. But at some point, you're going to have to invest in your business because you believe in yourself. For $35, you get 1,000 cards. All of you on this call should have already received your 40 free cards. If you have not received your 40 free cards, please send me an email today so we can get those out to you. Most importantly, so you can start getting some transactions, but also so you can see the cards. The cards are very professional. They're thick. They're like business cards. We UV them. They're shiny. They're really nice. And they last a long time in someone's wallet. But if you have not received your 40 free cards, you need to send me an email so we can get those out to you ASAP so you'll have those. But at some point, again, my top agents, they're all purchasing cards, and I understand when you're brand new, especially if you're not working right now, it's a tough market to find $35 to spend. I understand that. Beg, borrow, and steal to get the money into your business. To me, it's the most important thing you can do, okay? Because when you hand somebody a card, they're going to use that card. That's an immediate transaction if you're talking to somebody. Yes, you can print them from your website, and I encourage all of you to do that right now, because that way, that'll get you your 25-cent bump. You can get 15 friends and family to go use your card, and that'll get you your first initial bump to get you up to $1. But you can always print cards from your website. You can always send people to your website and tell them to print them. I will also send you a PDF file. Let me show you what that looks like. Take a look at the screen here. Very sharp cards, okay? If you look here at the screen, you're going to see some very nice professional cards. Okay? That's the back, excuse me, that's the front of your card. Okay? Obviously, these numbers are going to be your numbers. Okay? That's how we customize the card. The cards that you're going to receive in the mail are going to be blank right here. This 2222 is going to be blank, and so is this 2222. It's going to be blank. You are going to write in your 4-digit number. Obviously, we can't make cards and send 40 cards to you, so we send you out blank ones so you can get going right now. Okay? And then let me show you the back of the card real quick. And here's the back of the card. Okay? Very simple cards, you guys. We get a little information here about cardholder and pharmacists. And then if people need affordable life insurance, if they're on medications, we have a specialty product for people that are on meds. Okay? Here is a card right here. This was branded for the National College Resource Foundation. Okay, NCR, they wanted to be in the business. They wanted their own card, so here it is. Okay? We'll brand it with their information on the front and on the back so they can now promote their card. There's nowhere on here to have the Hope logo. It all looks like it comes from that card, which allows them to use this as a fundraising opportunity. So when they go to college campuses, wherever they distribute their cards, it's real easy for them to say, by the way, part of the proceeds from this card go to benefit the National College Resource. It's right on the card. The logo's right there. Okay? All right. So those are the cards. Get back here to make sure I went over the PDFs here. We have one more left. Within your first 24 hours, everybody on this call has been here longer than 24 hours, so I know you've all done this already. But if you haven't, you guys, just read through this, your to-do list. And again, we're not asking you to go out there and give us 100 names of your friends and family. This business is not about that, you guys. This business is about hope, H-O-P-E, helping other people every day. That's what we do. That is the only way to generate income. There is no shortcut. Don't look for a shortcut. Don't think this is too good to be true, because that would mean it would be easy. Okay? It's not easy. It's a simple business model that we follow, which is distributing RX card to give families savings. That's a simple business model, but it's not easy. You do have to get out there and work the business. Okay? So when you do walk into a doctor's office and you maybe have this letter with you, 3 ways to save, or the 85% off, or the professional medical letter, whatever flyer you have with you, you just want to introduce yourself to the doctor and let them know that you're the local representative for Hope. You're working with all the pharmacies in the area. You might want to name a few. We're working with your local CVS and Walgreens, and we are distributing these cards to all of our local doctor's offices to make sure they can pass on the savings to their clients. Are you familiar with prescription discount cards? 95% of the doctors are going to say, yes, we are. We'll say, great. We are the deepest discounted card in the industry. I'm going to leave you 25 or 30 cards, and I'll probably come by here once every 2 weeks to say hi and make sure you're doing good on your cards. Is that fair enough? They're going to tell you yes, or we're already working with another company, or someone's already been by here, or sure, this sounds great. Thank you so much. Okay? Well, you need to grab a card or make a note of where you're visiting, because now you're going to build yourself a route. And you're going to go back to those doctor's offices every couple weeks to say hi, to make sure they have any questions, or if they need more cards. Most of them are going to need more cards, and they're probably not going to call you when they run out, because they're going to run out and then realize they ran out and not have your phone number. We also have business cards you guys can get made. I'm not sure if I can find the example here. But if you wanted a business card, or you can just leave your name and number with them, you can write it on one of your cards. We also have the display boxes, which you should have seen. I'm not sure if we've sent those. But we have very nice display boxes. They're only, I think you get 5 of them for $20 shipped right to your house. But they have stickers on it that says wholesale medication, save up to 85% free, take one. They're very nice. They're plastic. They're not cardboard. So if you wanted some of those, you can leave those on the doctor's counter if they will allow you to. Okay? But again, that's a whole aspect of working the business is visiting doctors. You can also visit pharmacies. I think I have an associate on the call right now. I'm going to have him speak for a little bit regarding visiting pharmacies. This is his specialty. You may have seen his YouTube post, but his name is Greg Peach. He's been with us for a couple years now. All he does is visit pharmacies. That's his deal. So let me make sure he's on the call here and see if he can speak to you guys. Hey, Greg, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep. Got a little bit of feedback. You might want to turn down your microphone. Or your speaker, sorry. But I'm going to have you, if you don't mind, just going over a few things to the agents, talking about how you get transactions. I know that you only deal with pharmacies. Maybe tell them the highlights of that, why you just go to pharmacies, how long you've been doing it, and what you're willing to do to go to those pharmacies.
Well, that's the way I decided that it was going to be the fastest way to drive transactions. And that was important to me. I wanted to make some money really quick, and it worked out really great. So I just make a list of pharmacies, and I usually cover 2 times a week. I'll go and do 20 pharmacies in a day. It takes me about 5 hours to do that. You do about 4 every hour. And you just walk into the pharmacy and you talk to the pharmacist, and you give them a little speech that I've kind of perfected. You can see it on my YouTube video. I can say it right now. I just say, "Hi, my name's Greg. I'm your local rep for the Hope Card. CVS Pharmacy is a contract provider with us, and I come around to the local pharmacies to give you guys some cards and tell you a little bit about them. They cover a real wide range of medications, including brand. It's free to use for anyone, whether you have insurance or not, and that includes seniors and Medicare. And there's also a really nice website where you can take a card home and look up your medications to see which ones are discounted. And that right there does it. And I get pharmacies to use my cards all the time, and that's how I became initially successful. Now I'm doing other things like recruiting and internet stuff, but boy, that got me going really quick, and made me one of the top agents within a year.
Are you still there, Greg?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
I think they cut out or something.
All right.
And I think the most important advice I can give you guys is start working your business right away. Kevin made the point that you got to find something that you like to do and do a lot of it. Well, it was funny. I thought when I first started that I'd be going to pharmacies full-time all the time for the rest of my, doing this. But I found that there's a lot of other stuff that you can do that is really successful and proven. So, don't get, if you're doing something and you think, well, I can't keep doing this forever, there are so many other ways. But if you want to create an income really quick so that you can pay your bills and put a little money into your business, then pharmacies is a really great way to do that. Okay? And then later on, I found out after a year that not only do I do pharmacies, but now I do internet stuff and I recruit. So you can really build your business big. You just got to get those first transactions going so that it builds on itself, and then it creates its own momentum, and then it just grows on a monthly basis. And I guess that's pretty much it.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate that, Greg. And again, you guys, Greg's not brand new, so the stuff that he does today, even when he started a couple years ago, He was doing all this on blind faith and hoping that everything was going to happen. He didn't know, oh, my style's going to work, or, oh, I know I'm going to get paid a lot of money later down the road. You go out on blind faith and you do what others aren't willing to do so you can get results that they can't. Okay? And at some point, the rubber's going to meet the road, and you're going to make it in this business because of your hard work. We have the best discount card in America, bar none. We pay more in commissions than any other company out there. And trust me, don't let any other company tell you that there's any way they can pay you more. The best companies out there outside of us pay 60 cents, you guys. The true PBM companies. There's a lot of resellers out there. They'll promise you everything in the world. But when it comes to getting paid and getting your stuff, it doesn't happen. Okay? We've been doing this a very long time. We have a ton of agents all over the nation doing this. And we have the best card, which is the most important part of building your business, is having the best product. We have it. So you guys have the best product out there. Now you can get paid with it. Okay? Now on your back office, let me take you back there real quick to your back office. When you got your website, you're going to go to your site. You're going to log into your site. You're going to go to the bottom where it's agent login, and I hope you've all done this. You click on agent login from your site, and you're going to type in your username, or excuse me, if you've never done this before, there's going to be a link here that says, I've never done this before, I need to create my account. But since you're already here, you've already logged on, you already have your back office, the 5th and the 20th, write those dates down. Okay, write that down, the 5th right now on a piece of paper, and the 20th. On the 5th, well, let me talk about the 20th. The 20th is coming up. That's our next report. Here's what we're going to see on the 20th. We are going to see the first 15 days of July. Day 1 through day 15. Okay? On the 5th, we see day 16 through the end of the month. So your reports are going to come up every 15 days on your back office. The beauty of the back office and your reports, it's going to be a direct correlation of your work habit, okay? So obviously on your back office, you're just going to see your name and all this stuff here. But if you look here on your back office, you're going to see your reports. When you pull up your reports, you're going to see your transactions. And again, they're going to be every 15 days, okay? And you're going to see all these transactions. You're going to see the pharmacy that they went to. You're going to see the cities, the states, the zip code, how much the client saved on their medication. And you can take this form and you can filter it and search it, and you'll see, get the highest transactions to the top. We have some 94%ers on record, people saving up to 94% on a medication. Here's an 83% one. Here's a $169 medication that clients only paid $28 for. Okay. Now, do they save that much on every medication? No, absolutely not. Every medication is going to be different. It's going to be different on where you live. Stuff here in the Los Angeles area, if you go to Beverly Hills or to Burbank and get a medication, the price is going to be a lot different than if you were to go to a place maybe in Montana somewhere. Okay. Depending on where you're in the country, the price of medications does fluctuate. So this is what you see on your back office. If there's no reports there, unfortunately, it means you don't have any transactions yet. But keep in mind the 20th, which is the next report that's going to come out, is the 1st through the 15th of July. So then you got to think back, when did I start the company, and have I had any time to get my cards out? Now, I don't know if I don't think Greg told you this, but Greg has, let me ask him, how many cards? Greg, if you're still on the call, if you don't mind telling everybody, how many cards do you personally think you have out there circulating right now? Are you still there, Greg?
Let's see, I have about 60. Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay.
About 60,000. 60,000 cards.
50, 60,000?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, the way he does his business, when he just hits the pharmacies and drops off a few cards, he's not dropping off 200 cards per pharmacy. He knows that he's looking to get his 15 to 25 hits per pharmacy, and he's happy and he's out. Okay? So when you start purchasing cards and getting them out there, once they're out there circulating, you guys, they're out there. Okay? They're not going away. So we went over the card ordering, And let me get some questions from you guys. I don't want to keep you on the call too long, but I do want to answer your questions. So if anyone has a question, on the top right-hand corner of your screen, you'll see a place that you can raise your hand. If you have any questions, you can raise your hand there, and I will get to your questions. And you can ask it, and then I'll put you back on mute, and then I'll answer your question so everybody can hear it. Okay, so if anybody has any questions at this time, go ahead and hit that button. Let me see here. Nikki, are you still on the call?
I am.
Did you have a question?
Well, I did before
Are you there? Can't hear you. All right. Looks like Cornelius Williams has a question. Go ahead, Cornelius. Cornelius, are you there? Nope. Anybody else? Let's see here. Make sure you guys hit the button to chat there. Let me check the questions that you guys typed on. What's the codes left of the card? Do you get a custom domain name? Okay, good question. We've got a few questions here. So if you do get a domain name, and I forgot to go over that, so thanks for asking that question. If you do buy a domain name through GoDaddy.com, yes, you want to immediately email that to me. So the next time you do a card order, it will be on the bottom of your card. Instead of saying HopeRxCard.com, in fact, let me see if I can show you an example here real quick. It will be on your card here. 2225. I don't know if I have an example here, but if you do buy a card, yeah, here's one right here. If you look there on the screen, HopeSavesYou.com, that's an agent of ours. That's their website, so that is printed right on the bottom of the card. Great question. Sorry I didn't go over that earlier. All right. Let's see here. Joanne Freeman, it looks like you have a question. Go ahead.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Good afternoon, sir. I say, I was trying to find out, how do you get the credit for signing up a nonprofit organization? Is there like a certain flyer or something that we need to send them with our number in it?
Okay, good question. All right, Joanne's asking, how do you get credit for the nonprofit? Yes, if you sign up a nonprofit organization, they're going to get their own 4-digit number. That 4-digit number, somebody has to refer them to our company. We personally don't go out and sign up nonprofits. We leave that all to the field force. So yes, when you're contacting a nonprofit and they want to enroll, you will send us their name and say, hey, this company is looking to enroll, and you put your 4-digit code, and then we enroll them. They go into your Business Builder account. So good question. Okay. And anybody else you recruit outside of the businesses, if you're just doing it to another agent or an agency, or maybe you have a business or anybody like that, you always leave your 4-digit number as their code. If they email me or they watch our YouTube, anything like that, I'm always asking for where's your 4-digit code, because somebody signed them up. Okay, we know that if somebody is coming to our company, it's because somebody signed them up. All right. Let's see here. Any more questions? Let me read some of these questions that people have typed. What do you say when you approach a pharmacy or doctor's office? I think we went over that. What do we do when someone's medication is not on the list? There is no medications that are not on the list. Great question. If you look here, you guys, on my screen, you can right now look up any medication you want. You click on mail order pharmacy. Okay? When you click on mail order pharmacy, I don't know why this thing's running so slow. hold on. When you click on mail order pharmacy, you're going to scroll to the bottom left-hand corner. It's not, the computer's running super slow right now. And you can do prescription price lookup. And you're able to type in the first 3 letters of any medication and get the price for it. So as I've never found a medication that is not on the list. Again, it does have to be a legitimate medication. It can't be an over-counter medication. It's got to be one that you do need a prescription for. So you just click on prescription price lookup, and then you type in the first 3 letters, and then type in the quantity. You'll find the milligrams that you're searching for, and then it'll give you a price for the generic and brand name if there is a generic formula available. Okay? So, again, see right here? I just typed in the word FLU, and again, I apologize for this running so slow. But if I type that in, all the medications that start with FLU will pop up. Once that does, you just pick the medication that you want, and then you hit the quantity there. Let me see any other questions here. If you get accustomed to a name, will it be on the cards? Yes. The codes on the left of the card, you guys, someone's asking what are the codes? That's the RX bin number and the PCN code. That's what allows the pharmacy to get to our pricing. Okay? So when you look at your card, you're going to have a PCN code, and they're all the same. All of our PCN codes are the same. And the only thing that changes is the group number, and that's what associates that card to you. Okay? So that's just the PCN code there and the RX bin number, and that's what allows the pharmacy to pull up our pricing. What day do we get paid? Great question. Make sure you set up your direct deposit, which you should see in your back office in the top left-hand corner. We get paid between the 15th and the 20th of the month, depending on how the month falls, where they fall on the weekends, but you'll get a direct deposit, and it's going to be for the previous month. So like all of July, we're going to get paid in between August 15th and August 20th. It just depends on how they fall and when the pharmacies close out the books. Okay? So like we're going to get a direct deposit here next week. All the agents that have got transactions for the month of June will get a direct deposit in between the 15th and the 20th of July. And those are good days to wake up and take a look at that bank account. How do you get credit for signing somebody up? We got that. What does the RX numbers on the left of the card mean? We got that. All right. Anybody else have any questions? It says if they're okay. If somebody has health insurance, here's somebody asking this question. They're going to use either or. Okay, they can't use both. We don't discount copays, but we do give them the cheaper price of the medication. For example, there's people out there that have a $20 copay on their prescription. That's very common to have a $20 copay. Well, if they present our card when they go to pay for that med, and the medication is $17 with our card, they're obviously not going to use their insurance. They're going to use our card. Okay, so when that happens, they're going to use either or, and some people get confused because in that scenario, it looks like we just discounted the copay by $3 from taking it from $20 to $3. We didn't do that. We don't discount copays. We give them the wholesale price of the medication, what we pay for it. The reason why we're able to get medication so much cheaper is because we're doing 500,000 a week. The PBM currently that we're using right now, we do 500,000 prescriptions a week. That's how we're able to get the rock bottom pricing. That's why it's really important when they type in that RX VIN number and PCN code, they get to our price. All right, any other questions here? Looks like I think we got them all taken care of. Again, if you have any other questions, you guys, you're welcome just to send me an email at kevin@hoperxcard.com. I don't want to keep you on the call too long. But again, all of my emails on the bottom, if you do want to order cards or the 5 take-1 boxes, on the bottom of my email, it's right there. You just click, it goes right to a PayPal account. You pay for it. You put your shipping number, your shipping address, and your 4-digit code. Make sure you include your 4-digit code so I can get the cards shipped right to your house. They'll be there in about 6 or 7 days, depending if you order on a Friday or a Saturday. If you order on a Monday, you should get them by the Saturday. Again, give it a little lag time depending on where you're at in the country. We'll get them out to you and get your business going. All right. So at this time, you guys, I appreciate your time. Again, this will, if you're obviously you're on the call now, but if you know somebody who wants to get on the call, we're going to have the same call again at 7 o'clock tonight. I know it's a little late if you're on the East Coast, but we're just trying to get everyone home from work and get them on the call. So I appreciate you guys' time, and let's get out there and build a business and help other people save money, and have a blessed day.